Hey guys, welcome to Initiate Scientia, where science meets you. If you're new to this channel, then do press the subscribe button and also press the bell icon. ICSE 2024 Examination Specimen Question Paper Chemistry Science Paper 2 Solutions. Section A is MCQ. An aqueous solution of copper sulfate turns colorless on electrolysis. Which of the following could be the electrodes? P. Anode is copper, cathode is copper. Q. Anode is platinum, cathode is copper. R. Anode is copper, cathode is platinum. The answer is only Q. A compound P is heated in a test tube with sodium hydroxide solution. A red litmus paper held at the mouth of the test tube turns blue. Which of the following could compound P be? Ammonium sulfate. The atomic masses of sulfur S, oxygen O, and helium are approximately 32, 16, and 4 respectively. Which of the following statements regarding the number of atoms in 32 gram of sulfur, 16 gram of oxygen, and 4 gram of helium is correct? P. 16 gram of oxygen contains 4 times the number of atoms as 4 gram of helium. Q. 16 gram of oxygen contains half the number of atoms as 32 grams of sulfur. The answer is neither P nor Q. Next, ammonia gases pass through quicklime when collected in jar. Red and blue litmus papers are placed in the jar. W, X, Y, and Z are the 4 observations. Which of the above observations correctly shows the reaction of the litmus paper to ammonia? Red litmus paper, blue litmus paper. W turns blue, remains blue. X remains red, remains blue. Y remains red, turns red. Z turns blue, turns red. The answer is W. Glucose reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to give a very pure form of carbon called sugar charcoal. The reaction taking place is dehydration. In which of the following electrolytic cells P, Q, R, or S will silver plating be done on the spoon? Q. The basicity of acetic acid is 1. For the reactions above, number of electrons present in the outermost shell of atom A and B respectively are 3 and 7. A dash solution is observed after placing magnesium metal in a solution of copper sulfate for half an hour. Colorless. An element with atomic number dash will form an acidic oxide. 17. Which of the following is not true with respect to nitric acid? It is a strong reducing agent. Dash is the functional group in methanol, OH. Next question. The process of electrolysis is an example of redox reactions. The catalyst used in Austral's process is platinum. An element belongs to third group and 16th group. It will have dash electrons in its valence shell. 6. Question 2. The setup shown below is that of the fountain experiment with hydrogen chloride gas in the flask. The fountain starts when a few drops of water from the dropper are introduced into the flask. Instead of drops of water, Pooja started the fountain by introducing a few drops of sodium hydroxide into the flask. Explain why the litmus solution gets sucked up when sodium hydroxide is used. When sodium hydroxide is used into the flask, it undergoes a neutralization reaction with HCl to form salt and water. HCl plus NaOH gives H2O plus NaCl. As HCl is used up in the reaction, this lowers the pressure inside the flask. The outside pressure being higher pushes the litmus solution inside through the jet tube. What will be the color of the fountain when sodium hydroxide is used? Justify your answer. The color of litmus solution will remain unchanged, so the fountain will be blue in color. HCl and sodium hydroxide undergo neutralization reaction to form salt and water, which are neutral products. Hence, color of litmus solution will not change. If instead of HCl gas, ammonia gas is filled in the flask and water is introduced from the dropper, will there be a different observation? Justify your answer. No, the observation will be the same. Ammonia gas and water produce ammonium hydroxide, which is basic in nature. Hence, again, a blue color fountain will be seen. Question 2. Match, I mean, Question 2, part 2. Match the following column A with column B. Aluminium Hall Herold's process, sulfuric acid contact process, calcination carbonate ore, calcium chloride electrovalent compound, carbon tetrachloride covalent compound. Complete the following by choosing the correct answer from the bracket. If an element has one electron in the outermost shell, then it is likely to have the dash atomic size amongst all the elements in the same period. Largest. Hydrochloric acid does not form an acid salt. A reddish brown colored precipitate is formed when ammonium hydroxide is added to a solution of ferric chloride. Alkanes undergo substitution reaction. An acidic solution will turn methyl orange solution pink. Next, identify the following. A bond formed between two atoms by sharing a pair of electrons with both electrons being provided by the same atom. Coordinate bond. A salt formed by the complete neutralization of an acid by a base. Normal salt. A reaction in which hydrogen of an alkane is replaced by halogen. Halogenation. The energy required to remove an electron from a neutral gaseous atom. Ionization energy. A homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or a metal and a nonmetal in a definite proportion in their molten state. Alloy. Draw the structural diagram for the following compounds: 1-propanal, 1,2-dichloroethane, butene. Structural diagrams are as follows: 1-propanal with double bond C double bond O, 1,2-dichloroethane, butene. Give the IUPAC names of the following organic compounds. One is 1-propanol and this is 1-pentene. Next, let's move on to section B. Question 3. Identify the reactant and write the balanced equation for the following. Nitric acid reacts with compound Q to give a salt, calcium nitrate. Water and carbon dioxide. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3 plus 2HNO3 diluted gives CaNO3 twice plus H2O plus CO2. What property of sulfuric acid is exhibited in each of the following cases? In the preparation of HCl gas when it reacts with sodium chloride. Non-volatile nature of sulfuric acid. When concentrated sulfuric acid reacts with copper to produce sulfur dioxide gas. Oxidizing property of concentrated sulfuric acid. The electron affinity of an element X is greater than that of element Y. How is the oxidizing power of X likely to compare with that of Y? Oxidizing power of X is greater than Y. Elements with high electron affinity accept electrons more easily, hence have greater oxidizing power. How is the electronegativity of X likely to compare with that of Y? Electronegativity of X is greater than Y. Element with high electron affinity has high electronegativity. State whether X is likely to be placed to the left or to the right of Y in the periodic table. X is to the right side of Y as electron affinity increases from left to right in a periodic table. In a period. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. In an electrovalent compound, the cation attains the electronic configuration of the noble gas that comes after it in the periodic table. False. In an electrovalent compound, the cation attains the electronic configuration of the noble gas that comes before it in the periodic table. In the formation of compound PQ2, atom P gives one electron to each atom of Q. The atom Q2 is a good conductor of electricity. True. In the formation of a compound PQ2, atom P gives one electron to each atom of Q. The compound PQ2 is a good conductor of electricity in molten or aqueous solution state. Calculate the number of moles in 22 grams of carbon dioxide. Gram molecular mass of CO2 is 12 plus 2 times 16, that is 12 plus 32 is 44 grams. As 44 grams of carbon dioxide is equal to 1 mole, 22 gram of carbon dioxide is 1 by 44 into 22, that is 0.5 moles. Hence, number of moles in 22 grams of carbon dioxide is 0.5. Question 4. The following questions relate to the extraction of aluminium by electrolysis. Name the other aluminium containing compound added to alumina. The compound is cryolite Na3AlF6. Give a balanced equation for the reaction that takes place at the cathode. 2Al3 plus 6 electrons gives 2Al. A cylinder of capacity 40 dm³ is filled with gas X, the mass of which is 20 gram. When the same cylinder is filled with hydrogen gas at the same temperature and pressure, the mass of hydrogen is 2 gram. Find the relative molecular mass of the gas. Vapor density of gas is weight of certain volume of gas by weight of same volume of hydrogen. That is 20 by 2 is 10 gram. Molecular weight is 2 times vapor density, that is 2 into 10, that is 20 gram. Hence, relative molecular mass of gas is 20 grams. Give balanced equation for each of the following. Action of warm water on aluminium nitride. AlN plus 3H2O gives AlOH thrice plus NH3 gas. Oxidation of carbon with concentrated nitric acid. C plus 4HNO3 gives CO2 plus 2H2O plus 4NO2. Dehydration of ethanol by concentrated sulfuric acid at a temperature of 170 degrees Celsius. C2H5OH, concentrated H2SO4 presence in 170 degrees Celsius gives C2H4 plus H2O. With respect to Haber's process, answer the following. Temperature of the reaction, catalyst used, balanced equation for the reaction occurring. Temperature is 452 to 500 degrees Celsius, optimum temperature. Catalyst is finely divided iron Fe. N2 plus 3H2, reversible reaction 2NH3 plus heat. Question 5. Ranjana wants to prove that ammonia is a reducing agent. To demonstrate this, she passes ammonia gas over heated copper oxide. What will she observe? Black copper oxide is reduced to reddish brown copper by ammonia. Write a balanced chemical equation for the above reaction. 2NH3 plus 3CuO gives 3Cu plus 3H2O plus N2. Name the alloy which is made of copper, zinc and tin. Bronze. Lead and tin. Solder. Seema takes a blue crystalline salt P in a test tube. On heating, it produces a white anhydrous powder. P is dissolved in water. Zinc is added to one part of the solution and to another part of the solution, barium chloride is added. Name the compound P. The compound P is blue vitriol CuSO4.5H2O. Mention one observation when zinc is added to the solution of P. Blue color slowly fades as ZnSO4 is formed. State the color of the precipitate formed when barium chloride is added to solution of P. White PPT of BaSO4 is obtained. CaSO4 plus BaCl2 gives BaSO4 plus BaSO4 precipitate plus CuCl2. Give reasons. Ethene undergoes addition reaction. In case of ethene, the valencies of at least two carbon atoms are not fully satisfied by hydrogen atoms. The availability of electrons in the double bond makes them more reactive and hence they undergo addition reactions only. Hydrocarbons can be used as fuels. Hydrocarbons are highly combustible and they produce good amount of heat, hence they are used as a fuel. Hydrogen chloride gas cannot be collected over water. Hydrogen chloride gas is not collected over water since it is highly soluble in water. Name the following: the ore of zinc containing its sulfide. Zinc blende ZnS. The most commonly used oxide ore of aluminium. Bauxite Al2O3. State one observation in the following cases. Sodium chloride solution is added to a solution of lead nitrate. When sodium chloride is added to a solution of lead nitrate, an insoluble white precipitate of lead chloride is formed. 2NaCl plus PbNO3 twice gives a 2NaNO3 plus PbCl2 precipitate. Barium chloride solution is added to a solution of zinc sulfate. When barium chloride solution is added to a solution of zinc sulfate, white precipitate of barium sulfate is obtained which is insoluble in dilute HCl or nitric acid. ZnSO4 plus BaCl2 gives BaSO4 white precipitate plus ZnCl2. Copper sulfate solution is electrolyzed using copper electrodes. Which electrode, cathode or anode is the oxidizing electrode and why? Anode is the oxidizing electrode. At anode, anions lose electrons and are oxidized. Write the equation for the reaction occurring at the above electrode. Cu minus 2 electrons becomes Cu2 plus. X 287, Y 282 are two elements. Using this information, complete the following. Dash is a metallic element. Y is the metallic element. Metal atoms tend to have maximum of dash electrons in the outermost shell, a maximum of 3 electrons. Dash is the reducing agent. Y is the reducing agent. The empirical formula of an organic compound is C3H4N. Its molecular weight is 108. Find the amount of carbon in 1 mole of the compound. Show all the steps involved. Atomic weight: C is 12, H is 1 and N is 14. Empirical formula is C3H4N. Molecular weight is 108. Amount of carbon in 1 mole of the compound is molar mass of carbon into number of carbon atoms in the empirical formula. 12 into 3 is 36 gram per mole. Hence, in 1 mole of the compound C3H4N, there is approximately 36 gram of carbon. Mahesh prepared a basic solution X that has a pH 7. How will the pH of the solution X change or on addition of the following: hydrochloric acid and or to solution of base? On adding the acid, the pH value will decrease. On adding the solution of a base, the pH will increase. The atomic number of an element is 15. To which group will the element belong to? As the atomic number is 15, so the electronic configuration will be 285. Hence, it will belong to Va group. 8.2 grams of calcium nitrate is decomposed by heating according to the equation. 2CaNO3 twice gives 2CaO plus 4NO2 plus O2. Calculate the following. Volume of nitrogen dioxide obtained at STP. According to the equation, 328 gram of CaNO3 twice produces 4 times 22.4 liters of nitrogen dioxide. Therefore, 8.2 gram of CaNO3 twice will produce 4 into 22.4 by 328 into 8.2, that is 2.24 liters of nitrogen dioxide. Hence, volume of nitrogen dioxide evolved is 2.24 liters. Mass of CaO formed. 328 gram of CaNO3 twice produces 112 grams of calcium oxide. Therefore, 8.2 gram of CaNO3 twice will produce 112 by 328 into 8.2, that is 2.8 grams of calcium oxide. Question 8. State giving reasons if zinc and aluminium can be distinguished by heating the metal powder with concentrated sodium hydroxide solution. Zinc and aluminium cannot be distinguished by heating the metal powder with concentrated sodium hydroxide solution, as they both react with concentrated alkalis to form soluble salts and hydrogen gas. Zinc reacts with sodium zincate. Zn plus 2NaOH gives H2 plus sodium zincate. Aluminium reacts to form sodium aluminate. 2Al plus 2NaOH plus 2H2O gives 3H2 plus 2NaAlO2. Calcium nitrate and lead nitrate can be distinguished by adding ammonium hydroxide solution to the salt solution. Yes, calcium nitrate and lead nitrate can be distinguished using ammonium hydroxide solution. Ammonium hydroxide on reaction with lead nitrate gives chalky white precipitate of PbOH twice. No precipitation occurs on adding ammonium hydroxide to calcium nitrate even when it is added in excess. PbNO3 twice plus 2NH4OH gives PbOH twice plus 2NH4NO3. Draw the electron dot diagram of hydronium ion. Electron dot diagram showing the structure of hydronium ion is as given below. Give balanced equation for the following. Laboratory preparation of ethine from calcium carbide. CaC2 plus 2H2O gives C2H2 plus CaOH twice. Conversion of acetic acid to ethyl acetate. C2H5OH plus CH3COOH concentrated H2SO4 in the presence of heat. CH3COO C2H5, that is ethyl acetate plus water. Laboratory preparation of nitric acid. KNO3 concentrated plus H2SO4 concentrated at 200 degrees Celsius gives KHSO4 plus HNO3. Identify the following substances. An alkaline gas which produces dense white fumes when reacted with HCl gas. Ammonia. The anion present in the salt which produces a gas with the smell of rotten eggs when reacted with dilute HCl. Sulfide S2 minus. The particles present in the strong electrolytes, mainly ions. This is the end of the question paper for the year 2024. All the best, everyone.